What is creativity? Creativity is the depths where you're willing to construct your palette. Creativity is original. It's trapping yourself in an empty room, knowing you could turn that room into the biggest nightclub, or the smallest if that's where your creativity takes you. How do you express that creativity? Expressing your creativity is simple. Be you. What is art? Well, that's tough. Art is infinite. Art is what keeps you alive even after you're long gone. How does creativity and art relate? It starts with you and ends with you.
So what brings you in today? Honestly, I was trying to draw, and now I'm on this random couch. Well, Mr. Shiloh, let's look at your diagnosis. It says here high stress levels, looks like third-degree burnout, blocked emotions, and it says here you can't draw hands. All right, first of all, maybe I'm stressed, but my emotions definitely not blocked. And who told you I couldn't draw hands? Well, the document's never wrong. I'm just saying. Let's see what we can do about this. Let's start with a few questions. What is creativity? Creativity is useless. Everything's so black and white now. There's no real point to any of it. All right. What is art? Art, at this point, it might as well just be pointless decorations. Everything is just corporate BS, AI. There's no feeling, no emotion. What even is art? So what is expression? Expression? I couldn't tell you how I express myself. Everybody says I'm so creative, but what even is creativity? All right, let's try something else. All right, what do you see? A man with a beard. Okay. What about this one? Lady dancing. All right. That looks like a sheep rapping. You're missing the point. This one. That one just looks like chaos. One more. What do you see, Mr. Shiloh? I see art. So then let me ask you again. What is art? Art is the manifestation of creativity. And then what is creativity? Creativity is a gift.
Creativity to me,
Being able to bring out something from your mind, an idea to a problem or so.
It could be in ways to where you're just simply just doing something.
How I'm feeling at the time.
Taking the resources that are around you.
through movement, through music.
Art, poetry, writing.
Riding your skateboard.
Any medium that you choose. An outlet to express myself.
Hi, my name is Hellcat Hangar, and I wanted to understand more about my own inspirations and my own creativity. So I went on a journey asking other artists, people that feel creative, people that don't feel creative, from painters to musicians, to see what makes them creative, what inspires their art. So without further ado, let's unpack the gift of creativity. Artists have a unique ability to capture.
They take moments in time, sounds, emotions, and concepts, and use that to create their art. You could almost say they're selfish in a way, but then the question is raised. Is everything art? What even is art? Art is defined as creative skill, imagination, and expression. These are the main components of art. In Rick Rubin's The Creative Act, he explains that art without these things are just ornaments or decoration. But what makes one good or bad? Is a child drawing of their parents as stick figures any less significant than the Mona Lisa or the ceilings of the Sixtine Chapel? Well, who is the art for, and what is the intention? An untitled Basquiat painting sold at auction for $110 million. To some that don't know of Basquiat, his background and where he comes from, they may see his works and think that's just random paint being thrown on the canvas. Not everyone will value your work, but to those that do, that artwork then becomes priceless.
Art is subjective. Art is subjective. Art is what you want it to be. And I think that art isn't like one specific thing, because there's the word art form. And if you look at the word art form, like, that applies to so many different things. So like, you could look at the art form of Kung Fu, the art form of basketball, the art form of painting.
And art can really, it can be just the art piece itself, to where, like, you know, you see like something on the canvas and, like, you know, you look at it and, like, you know, it adds something to you. So like, to me, art is to where you see something and there's value to it, there's beauty to it in some sort of sense. Like, you know, it can be more than just looking at a piece of art, you know what I mean? And, like, you know, art can even be music itself, to where, like, it gives something to you. So art to me is like, if it relays a message and it's giving you something, that's what art is. And if it's manifesting something into your life that can actually benefit you, or, like, you know, give you something in a way, then that's what it's supposed to do, and that's what the art is supposed to give, you know. So
art can be seen in a few different ways. It's not always just a product, but can also be a practice. Art forms like taekwondo, cooking, ballet, and even sports can all be considered. A video of a breakdancer capturing his routine using paint was considered not being art by critics because it lacked what they called intention. But who determines intention? Is an abstract painting any less significant or less art than a traditional portrait painting? Is art with rules even still art?
I feel like college conditions you to work a corporate job, and I feel like working in art in a corporate environment is very toxic. I feel it's not, there's like limitations, you're doing stuff for other people. So to me, back to the main question, art to me is being able to express yourself without limit and without judgment.
Art is a way we project these thoughts or ideas that we have thought about, or that's in our heads, however they come to us. It's how we perceive it or present it to other people and let them perceive it and get their own idea off of what we put out. And then, like I said, they kind of all relate because it's all like a cycle of perception, ideas, thoughts.
So for me, influence is a huge part of it. And when people say, oh, you know, is your work original? Originality is cool, but what is originality, man? Like everything comes from something, man. Like metal music came from rock music came from jazz music, hip hop came from a little bit of both, and R&B, and it's all been in one. EDM takes aspects of all those different kinds of stuff and melds them together, and we're using computers and we're taking. So for me, it really is about, all of us have resources, and they can be different depending on the time period that we were born, that we grew up, and the culture that we're surrounded by. But all of us have these things that we can take pieces from and make them our own. Having something that's familiar but new at the same time, and putting it together in a way that shows the world who you are.
Art isn't just paintings or pictures. It's anything that's the expression of one's own creative skill. So, before we go too far down the rabbit hole, Maybe we can take a deeper look at what is expression. Expression is letting your emotions be known, but how does that work for an artist? Every artwork is like a story you're telling, and those stories are written by using your emotions. Expression is like filling jars with different colors, each color representing a different emotion. You fill your jars and use those colors to create your art. But if you hold on to those emotions, they may begin to overfill and start spilling into other emotions. So when you go to express one emotion, it may be tainted by another. Your happiness is tainted with sadness, your peace tainted with anger. If you let too many colors mix, all you'll see is gray. You slowly become numb to everything and you can't see the colors in your painting. This is also known as burnout. Burnout can be represented in a few different ways. The first one is mixed emotions. The second is empty emotions, having no colors for your canvas, with no inspiration to paint. The third example is closing the lids on your jars and not allowing yourself to fill. Burnout is something all artists go through. You have to take your mixed emotions and allow yourself to pour them out. If your jars are empty, you have to allow yourself to refill them. And if your jars are closed, you have to be brave enough to open them back up and let your emotions pour back in. Bipolar disorder is often associated with creatives, but never really diagnosed. 2. Leave the jars open and you allow yourself to pour in your emotions. Oftentimes comes with highs and lows, but the most important thing is when you feel, you have to allow yourself to feel.
I feel like everybody has a gift, everybody has a purpose, everybody has a calling. Mine's is stunting, but everybody is capable of doing something great in this life. Everybody has something that they are blessed with internally, externally. And I feel like that we all are designed to do something great, and you have to go out and act on it, chase it, whether that be music, painting, or just being a public speaker. You have to really find who you are within your environment and within yourself.
Try not to worry about everybody's opinion on something that you yourself are trying to do. You're doing this for you in the end. Everything else that comes with it is a bonus. You shouldn't be worried about anything except getting your idea out there.
Creativity is freedom, because you're free to be whatever, not just yourself. You can creatively tap into thoughts to be someone else. You can create anything. Like, there's no limit on creativity. You can do, be, say, feel literally anything. Imagine literally anything whenever you're in that creativity space, when you're in a creative state of mind. It's freedom. No matter what you're going through in life, creativity is what frees you from those chains and those shackles.
One thing I will say is that creativity isn't simply just who you are. Like, if you don't know that you are creative, simply just you just looking at this, simply just you just being who you are, that's your creativity. So just put it out there, and how people see it is how they see it. Like, always just be yourself and just have fun, live life, because life is the true canvas.
Creativity is defined as the expression of one's emotions. It is the avatar of one's imaginations. The impossible becomes possible, the fake becomes real. Creativity is the manifestation of imagination. Art then is the manifestation of that creativity. Expression is what gives art meaning, and everything together is the gift.
Something that is innate, something that is divine, something that is a part of you that comes out through, all types of expressions.
Art is everything. Like, everything in this world is art. Like, the room that we're in, the street that we walk, the food that we eat, all of that is art in some type of way.
It's when a person connects to their childhood self too, and they just have fun with whatever they are creating and are getting into, whatever they're putting their energy into. They're just having fun and not thinking too deep about it, and they're not worrying about what someone's going to think about it. I feel like that's creativity as well.
It's a form of expression, so it can be music, it can be dancing, it can be painting, whatever medium you use, it could be anything like that. It's just an expression, it's a form of expression of feeling.
I would say nobody can define what art is.
But it has to be intentional. The intentional product. Focused creativity.
Making something that is important to you.
And that comes, like, it's super raw when it comes out, you know, and you can't force it.
The expression of feelings into something tangible that someone else can take and feel, and it doesn't have to be the same, but it's something you can feel.
It can only be interpreted from like one person's point of view. So like your viewpoint, what you do, what I do, that's where creativity comes from. It's like exclusive to you. I express my creativity by trying and attempting to be myself.